Now on Coast TV News.
Dogs on the beach, what the town of Dewey Beach is looking to do to make dogs on the beach rules more clear.
Freezing temperatures along the coast, how people are staying warm.
And there's little to no change in the pattern for weather for today. We're talking about a wild end for the weekend with stormy weather. But for right now, it's about the cold and how it just won't let go.
Negotiations on Capitol Hill, how the Senate is trying to work towards passing an urgent national security package.
This is Coast TV News at 5.
Expanding the hours that you can bring your dog to Dewey Beach. Good evening. I'm Madeline Overturf.
And I'm Charlie Sakaitis. Welcome to our News at 5. We begin this evening with that new proposal in town.
Due to some concerns, the town of Dewey Beach says it's looking to draft an ordinance that allows dog owners to take their dogs on the beach when lifeguards are not on duty. Coast TV News reporter Elisa Weber joins us live now in Dewey Beach. Elisa, you spoke with town officials who say the new ordinance will keep dogs away from large crowds.
Maddie, town officials say that Dewey Beach is a dog town and they plan on keeping it that way. This new ordinance would only make rules more clear to keep everyone safe, dogs included, in the summertime. Rhonda Housley walks her dogs on the beach in Dewey no matter the season. Housley says one of her favorite parts about the town is how dog-friendly it is.
Oh my God, they're words. I have to spell words now. I can't say, I used to be able to go, you want to go to the beach? And then it would all just go nuts, like, oh my God, and they go to the door, and oh my God. And now I have to spell it because otherwise they just go too crazy. I'm going to the B-E-A-C-H, and then we'll quietly, and then they realize they're here and they're like, oh boy, oh boy, oh boy. And then I let them off and we run on the beach.
But Housley agrees when lifeguards and people are out, dogs should not be on the beach because it is too hot for dogs and can be a disruption to visitors' vacations. Housley thinks a more clear explanation of the rules will be beneficial.
Yes. I think in the past we had some time confusions because people weren't. They changed it. 1 year was 9 to 5. 1 year it's not. When the lifeguards. It just was not consistent, or we just didn't communicate well with each other when it was okay and when it wasn't.
And the town says its goal is to clear up any confusion by creating an ordinance that allows dogs on the beach when lifeguards are not present.
Right, so it's tough to, we want to balance the needs of everybody. So if you're out on the beach, you're sitting there in your beach chair, you don't want dogs running all around you either. So we separated a little bit.
The town says its ultimate goal is to keep beachgoers and furry friends safe while enjoying the beach. For now, check the Beach Patrol hours to see when you can take your dog on the beach in the summertime. Commissioners will be talking about this possible ordinance tomorrow at 3:30. In Dewey Beach, I'm Elisa Weber, Coast TV News.
And as we're talking about dogs in Dewey Beach, let's take a look at the days set in stone when other coast towns are welcoming back our furry friends to the coast. Rehoboth Beach will allow dogs back on the beach Tuesday, April 30th. Ocean City will also welcome back dogs on Tuesday, April 30th. Bethany Beach allow dogs a little bit later, beginning Wednesday, May 15th.
And this brings us to our Coast TV poll. We want to know, do you think Dewey Beach should allow dogs on the beach for more of those hours in the summer? Let's take a look at the results here.
You can see your screen right now. 71% say they don't think that's a good idea. They want the dogs to not have as many hours, but 24% say yes, 5% say some sort of limited hours. But Charlie, we always do say this really could change.
Especially in our 5 o'clock running of the poll. This is the first time we're running it. You at home can go vote on coasttvnews.com, or you can use our Coast TV mobile app as well. And if you take a walk outside this evening, there is one thing that is apparent right away. It's pretty cold outside. Live in Milton, Coast TV News' Charles Reinert. And Charles, you're braving the elements out there. What can you tell us? It appears we do not.
Still kind of peeking over the horizon. It's starting to get a little bit darker out here though, because it's doing a lot of legwork to fight the cold temperatures here. It is cold here by Wagamon's Pond here in Milton. So cold, I gotta wear my gloves, gotta wear my hat, or else I have some cold ears and some cold fingers. I spoke with a lot of people around the coast today about how they were staying warm. They told me they too were wearing their hats and gloves. Some told me they were trying to keep moving to not let the cold get to them too much, and some told me they were just trying to limit their time outside. Now, I spoke with some of the meteorologists here at Coast TV. They told me that there might be something called an Arctic blast coming through. Now, I'm no meteorologist. I never will claim to be, but all I know, it is cold out here, so I'm going to try to get back inside as soon as possible. I'm Charles Reiner, live in Milton, Coast TV News.
Thank you, Charles. As we take a live look now into Ocean View from our beautiful new camera there, a view of the Indian River Inlet Bridge. Let's take a look now with our First Alert Chief Meteorologist, Paul Williams, to see if it's going to get colder tonight and tomorrow. I talked to Bob this morning, you tonight, Paul. We're all over the place.
Look, it's so cold. Equipment's not working, mouths are not working. It's that kind of cold all the way around, okay? Even cameras inside the studio ain't going to work with it. It's just that kind of cold. But regardless, Charles has a point. Listen, you don't have to have 40 years of experience like me to figure this one out. It's cold, period. I mean, take a look. We're looking at 9 degrees colder than we were just yesterday. We're actually colder now than we were yesterday. But we talked about Thursday being the coldest day, and it came to, it delivered as expected. Right now, we're just feeling like 38 supposedly, but it's not really calculating how it feels next to that water because there's a microcosm of wind that's actually making Charles out in the field feel that much colder. And as we go into later on tonight, we're going to drop into the 20s with the greatest of ease as a result of the clear skies. Now, here's the irony of it. After we get rid of this cold, let's say tonight and tomorrow morning, there's a storm headed our way that's almost similar to a bit of a nor'easter. We'll talk about that coming up in a few moments. Till then, back to you, Maddie.
Paul, thank you. Happening now, the early voting for the race for the 37th District. That area represents the Georgetown and Millsboro area specifically. Jane Hovington, chair of the Sussex County Democratic Party, is running against retired nurse Valerie Jones-Giltner for the seat vacated by Ruth Briggs King when she moved out of district. Now, early voting happening literally right now. You can find that at the Department of Elections in Georgetown until 7 p.m. It will be open 7 a.m. to 7 p.m. Monday through Tuesday next week. The actual election is a week from today, December 21st. Voters must go to their assigned polling place that day.
New today, Bethany Beach Volunteer Fire Company was sent to a house fire on the 600 block of Tingle Avenue just before the 5 a.m. time period on December 13th. You can see units arrived with heavy smoke showing from the first and second floor there. Great pictures here sent in. The department says people were in the house at the time that the fire started, but they were able to evacuate safely. Nobody was hurt, and the state fire marshal is investigating.
Also new today, a New York appeals court has rejected Donald Trump's challenge to the gag order in his civil fraud trial. The order bars Trump and his attorneys from speaking publicly about the court staff of Judge Arthur Engoron, who is overseeing the trial. The appeals court said Trump didn't use proper legal vehicles to challenge the gag order and sanctions. Meanwhile, testimony in the civil fraud trial ended Wednesday after 11 weeks in court. The parties have until January 5th to file supplemental briefs in the case.
Still talking, but still no deal yet on everything from Ukraine aid to Israel aid to aid at the border. NBC's Alice Barr reports on how senators are making a late push to try to make it happen.
Senate negotiators back at the table today working toward the long-shot hope of passing an urgent national security package before the end of the year, when the White House warns Ukraine will run out of money to fight off Russia.
While Congress is mired in gridlock, Putin is on the other side of the world, mocking our resolve.
Russian President Vladimir Putin in a marathon press conference referenced faltering U.S. support for Ukraine as Republicans insist major changes to immigration policy must come first.
Our position in the House has been clear from day one: secure the border.
Democratic members of the Congressional Hispanic Caucus objecting to harsh limits on asylum claims. Independent Senator Kyrsten Sinema, a key negotiator, calling the huge numbers of migrants awaiting processing at the border a humanitarian crisis.
The solution is to actually create an orderly process where those who do qualify for asylum have the opportunity to seek it in our country.
The stalemate also holding up funding for Israel at a moment of growing friction between the U.S. and Israeli governments. President Biden warned this week that Israel is losing international support because of its, quote, indiscriminate bombing of Gaza. Conditions for civilians are growing even more dire as winter closes in.
The United States literally is leading the international effort to get food, water, medicine, and fuel into the people of Gaza.
White House National Security Advisor Jake Sullivan today seeking to sway Israeli officials who remain undeterred in their mission to destroy Hamas. In Washington, Alice Barr, NBC News.
And the Senate's top Democrat says that they're going to delay their holiday break, actually, as they try to negotiate further and see if they can get something done over the weekend and stick around till Monday to potentially have some kind of vote.
Well, there's some good news for potential home buyers. For the first time since mid-August, mortgage rates fell to under 7% this week. According to data released Thursday by Freddie Mac, the rate dropped to an average of 6.95%. That's down from 7.3% the previous week. This marks the 7th straight week rates have gone down, and since mortgage rates are expected to keep falling, the Fed has been signaling rate cuts they might be coming next year.
And rent prices are also dropping from where they have been, and this is nationwide. The real estate company Redfin says the median asking rent fell 2.1% in November from the year before. Redfin says that the biggest annual drop it's the biggest annual drop since February of 2020. The company says renters can thank the surge in construction, extra building of apartments and homes as part of the decline. The number of completed apartments in the U.S. in the quarter grew 7%. That was in the third quarter, which left many landlords struggling to fill vacancies. It isn't all good news, though. Despite the slight change and the slight decline, rents are still 22% higher than they were back in 2019.
Make sure you pull out your phones and scan the QR code for our First Alert weather app. You can download the app for free to get all the weather updates you need. If you don't have your phone on you right now, don't worry, you will see this code a little bit later again with Paul.
Still to come, thanking drivers, how you can tip the folks that make sure your Amazon packages get where they need to go this holiday season.
And the Christmas feel in the forecast will continue for now. That's until the weekend storms kick in. But for right now, we're concerned about a hard freeze.
But first, the nationwide workplace. How much jobless claims fell last week? That story up next.
Shop local at the Treasure Chest for the gift that means more. Say you care about your friends, family, and community this holiday season with a gift from a trusted family-owned jewelry store for over 40 years. Happy holidays from the Treasure Chest on Main Street in Berlin.
There's a joy that comes with building your new home. The progress, the completion, and the move-in. At Berica, we specialize in building strong, energy-efficient homes. Custom built in our factory and finished on your lot. Start online today at bericahomes.com.
Her spirit, his dream. And the hottest dancing on Broadway now on tour. The music that moved a generation. The story that will inspire a new one. On your feet, the story of Emilio and Gloria Estefan.
Live at the Performing Arts Center, Sunday, December 17th. Purchase tickets now at ococean.com/pack.
My darling granddaughter, this camera was given to me when I was your age. May it capture your big, beautiful life the way it did mine.
It's so surprising what the little things can do. Wouldn't it be wonderful if everybody...
Oh, Merry Christmas, Grandma.
There's a joy that comes with building your new home. The progress, the completion, and the move-in. At Berica, we specialize in building strong, energy-efficient homes. Custom built in our factory and finished on your lot. Start online today at bericahomes.com.
Shop local at the Treasure Chest for the gift that means more. Say you care about your friends, family, and community this holiday season with a gift from a trusted family-owned jewelry store for over 40 years. Happy holidays from the Treasure Chest on Main Street in Berlin.
This is Coast TV News at 5.
Last week's unemployment benefit claims are the lowest in nearly 2 months, meaning less Americans are filing for financial aid. The Department of Labor released data saying 202,000 filed initial claims for unemployment insurance. That's about 20,000 less than economists expected, 19,000 less than the week before.
And with fewer people struggling, more people are spending. And that's going against what the economists had expected on this topic. According to a report from the Commerce Department, retail sales rebounded in November 0.3% after declining in October. And excluding sales at gas stations, retail sales rose by an even stronger 0.6% last month. The rebound points to the continued resilience of the U.S. consumer as inflation eases and the job market remains strong.
Happening now, Amazon says you should be tipping your delivery driver this holiday season, Charlie.
In fact, they do. With each thank you you send, Amazon will send $5 to the driver for the first 2 million thank yous with no charge, actually, to you, the customer.
All you have to do is search Thank My Driver on Amazon's website or mobile shopping app. The driver who did your most recent delivery will be notified of your appreciation and get $5 at no cost to you.
Thank my driver. All right. Well, I'd like to thank Mother Nature to cut us some slack from this cold weather, and that will eventually happen, but at the price of a spring-like storm over the weekend. We'll sort out all the weather forecast details as you're thanking your Amazon driver.
Extend the patio season and outdoor family fun with Tyndall's Casual Furniture. Hang out with friends around cozy fire pits and comfortable, high-quality furniture brands like Casual Comfort, Pollywood, Telescope, and North Cape. And don't forget to protect your investment with durable, breathable, and water-resistant covers. Enjoy now and pay later with 100% financing available on all in-stock furniture. For over 40 years, locally owned, Delmarva grown. Tyndall's Casual Furniture in Laurel and Lewis, Delmarva's outdoor furniture experts.
As the premier custom home builder for the Delmarva Peninsula, Bay to Beach Builders is familiar with having hope, like the hope of getting in right before Christmas. There's the hope that the kitchen brings the family together. And there's always hope that an evening by the fire just feels like home. But most importantly, our hope is in Christ. In an uncertain world, God sent His Son so that we may receive peace and joy this Christmas season.
The beauty is hard to miss at Ocean City's premier golf course, Eagles Landing. Voted the #1 golf course in Maryland by our players. Eagles Landing offers 5 sets of tees, making the course playable for beginners and challenging for most skilled golfers. Local residents receive discounted rates and earn points that can be used for free golf with our local rewards program. Find our best rates at eagleslandinggolf.com today. Eagles Landing, upholding the tradition of the game.
I'm attorney Ben Schwartz with a safe driving tip for you. Multitasking is a good thing, right? You get more done in less time. But as a personal injury attorney, I think multitasking is a great risk to your health and safety. When you're behind the wheel, don't do anything in addition to driving your car because you will risk getting in an accident. Focus on the road ahead, keep yourself and others safe, and if you have been injured in an accident, tip the scales of justice in your favor. Call Schwartz & Schwartz today.
Has your gas fireplace had its yearly safety check yet this year? It is so important to check pressure, valves, and regulators at least once a year. Pemberton Appliance holds a master license in propane and natural gas, so you can be confident the job will be done right.
Our 42-point safety check service will provide you peace of mind throughout the winter season.
Call today and book your service for your gas fireplace and know your system is safe and ready for the cold season. Pemberton Appliance, celebrating 20 years in business.
The cold, the dangerous cold, is sticking around for tomorrow morning, as well as possibly even going into Saturday morning. But then following that, we're going to be concerned about a first alert day dealing with storms with very gusty winds and possibly over an inch of rain. But first and foremost, let's do the here and now. Our concern is what's happening currently in Ocean City. Although it's 42 degrees, you would think it's not that bad, but it feels that bad. I mean, we're looking at temperatures falling into the 30s, even though we're looking at 40s in Ocean City right now with our latest observation. I'm suspicious that we're actually going to be more in the 30s pretty quickly, especially if you factor in the winds. So it's going to feel like the 30s regardless. Now, as far as our dog walking forecast is concerned, we're anticipating that it's going to be near freezing by the time we get to like 11 o'clock. Now, nobody that I'm aware of walks the dog that late at night, but that's okay. It's just that kind of cold. Another one of our sites actually, Dry Deck, is indicating, once again, we're in the 30s just about everywhere. Now, we had concerns for some very gusty winds initially with small craft advisories. They've been allowed to expire at this point, so that's helpful. We have a high pressure system that's in control of our weather to our south, and that's helping to keep the skies clear. But when you combine the clear skies along with relatively light winds, that makes for the temperature to drop rather rapidly. I mean, we're holding at 37 degrees right now in Milton, but also 37 degrees in Rehoboth, and then 37 in Selbyville. We're at 35 degrees right now, by the way, in Lewis, but it feels like 35 in Lewis because the winds are okay. They're calm for right now, but won't necessarily stay that way. We have winds right now moving out of the west-northwest, but only about, let's say, 5 to even 9 miles per hour in some areas. So Mother Nature is cutting us a little bit of slack as far as that's concerned. Take a look at our coffee forecast. Listen, we're talking about cold for the coffee forecast. With coffee, you got to have donuts, right? So as you take a look at what's happening with our next dozen, listen, for the next dozen hours, we're going to go from 36 down to 31, and we're going to stay at about 31 degrees until about 4 o'clock in the morning. So for the next dozen hours, we are in the 30s across the board everywhere, whether you're on the coast or inland. Friday morning, 34 in Long Neck, 34 Rehoboth Beach. So it's that kind of cold everywhere. But now here's the good news. We will recover for Friday afternoon. Sunshine and temps in the 50s. Saturday, a lot better, a little bit milder. We'll start off chilly Saturday morning in the 30s, but then we'll bounce to the 50s by Saturday afternoon. Saturday evening going to Sunday, well, now that's where we're watching out for our first alert day. And here's why. We see Sunday by the afternoon, we'll see some scattered showers throughout Sussex. That's where the dark green is. Then we see that storm system in the center of that move right across our area, going into and sticking around until we get to like Monday. So we're going to watch how that hashes out. Tonight, 30 with temps tumbling into the 20s as far as how it feels. Starting to thaw a little bit for tomorrow. And then on Saturday, much milder feeling sunnier too. Finally, here's a look at your Paul Davis Restoration Home Remodeling Extended Forecast. Remember, first alert day on Monday because of stormy weather, rain, and wind combination.
Thank you, Paul. Don't forget to tune in to Coast TV News for Sunday Night Football. It's the Baltimore Ravens. I know we have a lot of fans in the area versus the Jacksonville Jaguars. Coverage starts at 7 p.m. Then we're going to have your hyper-local broadcast right after the game. We'll be right back.
From gentle ocean breezes to small country towns, Sussex County has it all. That's why you need a real estate company that is familiar with it all. Mann & Sons offers decades of experience throughout Sussex County, whether it's helping you purchase your forever home or find the perfect vacation rental at the beach. Trust our experience. Trust Mann & Sons.
For over 30 years, the difference is clear. Mann & Sons Real Estate.
This weather's brought to you by
Mann & Sons Real Estate.
Are you dreaming of the perfect shower or bath to elevate your daily routine into a spa-like experience? Baths by Spicer Brothers can make your dream a reality.
With factory certified 5-star installation guaranteed. And right now, receive 50% off installation, a free shower door upgrade, and a free deluxe shower head. Plus, enjoy your new shower now and pay later with no interest and no payments for 18 months.
Choose your favorite style and color, and it can be installed in as little as 1 day. Call today to schedule your free in-home consultation because you deserve the best.
Get ready for the holidays with delicious food and beautiful atmosphere here at Benvenuto in Milford. The perfect destination to enjoy this Christmas and New Year, surrounded by breathtaking Tuscan design. Get delighted with exquisite international dishes made with the freshest of local ingredients. So, book your reservation today and celebrate this holiday season at Benvenuto, right here in Milford.
When choosing windows and doors for your home, at Pella, it's your choice. We manufacture maintenance-free vinyl, fiberglass, and wood-clad windows and patio doors, all with lifetime warranties. High performance, energy efficient, and loaded with options to help make your house your home. Industry first features and benefits make living easier and increase your home's value. Visit our Experience Center or call us today to schedule your free in-home consultation where we bring the showroom to you.
Sponsored by Ancient Art Stone, where countertops are always a work of art.
This holiday season brings tons of fun activities like looking at holiday lights, including this one. It says, "Have a happy and safe holiday. Merry Christmas from the Clark family in Selbyville." Thank you, Clark family, for sending this our way. We want to see how you decorate your house for the holidays. Send your photos and videos to coasttvnews.com/holidayhouse.
The Bless Our Children campaign is in full swing. Already we have collected more than $224,000 to help provide Christmas for children who otherwise might go without. But as we all know, this year is creating hardships for many more people. The need for help, it's even bigger than before. Here's a look at some people who've already stepped up.
We are so fortunate to have so many generous viewers like you who are filling up our newsroom tree with cards. All those cards represent donations to the Bless Our Children campaign, including this one right here. This is from Kathy Creel and all the kitties. That's what it says, from Millville. Thank you, Kathy, and your kitties for your donation. If you would like to donate, you can do that at blessourchildren.org.
Coming up on Coast TV News at 5, the Ocean City Penguin Swim. It is back. The cause behind this annual event, that's up next.
Delmarva's Holiday House is brought to you by Bay to Beach Builders.
Toyotathon is on. Time to make the holidays picture perfect with a new Toyota. We're gonna need a bigger tree.
Buy a Highlander with Toyotathon Special 2.99% APR financing. Toyota, let's go places.
Hey moms, you know those unforgettable face palms? Those moments that leave us both laughing and sighing. They're not just mishaps, there are shared stories. Share your unique mom moments with us. Go to coastlife.com/mom.
The new upscale OC Chopsticks Asian Bistro is the place to go for fresh, hand-selected ingredients used to create the most delicious Asian delicacies. Come dine in, have a drink, and let our skilled chefs prepare your authentic Thai, Chinese, and Japanese dishes. At OC Chopsticks, we take what was good and make it better. Sushi rolls, noodle soups, General Tso's chicken, you see where we're going. Anything made fresh is better. Serving lunch and dinner daily, located at the Ocean City Outlets. OC Chopsticks Asian Bistro, we stay fresh.
Are you dreaming of the perfect outdoor space where you can relax and entertain? Look no further than Delmarva's most trusted partner, Spicer Brothers. We pride ourselves on superior craftsmanship and only use the finest materials to create beautiful, durable decks. From classic wooden decks to low-maintenance PVC materials, we have the perfect solution for you. And right now, get a free Green Mountain Grill with your new deck. Plus, enjoy 0% financing with no payments and no interest for 18 months. Spicer Brothers, turning homeowners' dreams into reality for over 20 years.
I was feeling for lumps. I didn't feel the lump, but when it got checked, and that's when I realized the situation I was in. It just hit me like a ton of bricks. BB was there for me, and their staff was brilliant. They was understanding. For somehow, something that I didn't even understand, they understood me. Now that I look back, I could say they were there. Sometimes more understanding than my family, because they knew the answers. They really went beyond.
Let's dance the night away.
Jolly good show. It's always a party atmosphere at Wheel.
Thursday at 7 on Coast TV.
Toyotathon is on. Make your holidays a little more magical with a new Toyota. Come in today.
Buy a Camry, Corolla, RAV4, or Tundra and take $1,000 Toyota down payment cash. Toyota, let's go places.
Ocean City holding its 30th annual New Year's tradition, the Penguin Swim. Each year, people jump into the cold ocean to raise money for the nonprofit community hospital. The Penguin Swim takes place New Year's morning on the beach at the Princess Royale Oceanfront Hotel at 91st Street. You want to do it, Paul?
I used to scoff at that, but I've recently read that a cold plunge is very good for your muscle recovery. So I now repent from my previous position. I'm just not doing it. All right, so here's a look at your 10-day forecast. We are watching out for a first alert day on Monday. We'll keep you apprised to that as it gets a little bit closer.
Paul, thanks, and thanks for joining us here for Coast TV News at 5.
For more news and more local weather, here we are.
Here we are.
You can download our Coast TV News app.
Inside Edition's up next.
And we're going to see you later tonight for Coast TV News at 6. Have a great evening.